A picture postcard Conservative town. Until the last election for over 100 years, it had returned a Tory MP, but that all ended in 2017. The footfall on the pretty cobbles includes the affluent of Kent, but struggling middle-aged middle earners too. And then there was something else afoot.
This was the surprise result of the last election. Even the Labour MP herself couldn't believe it. Now, it was partly down to a painstaking ground campaign by the Labour Party, but it was also, in this ancient city, partly about young voters.
Compared to the Conservative message, it's more suitable for, I'd say, people of our age. It's giving a better message for uni students in general, whereas Conservative policy doesn't really do that for us.
Yeah. Do you like Jeremy Corbyn?
No.
I think we just need a change in the country, and I think Labour is just the only one that's going to actually change the country.
I've lived here my whole life. I love this city. What's going to help me the most? What's going to help me and my friends do well, like living here? I'm voting for Labour. I'm not voting for Jeremy Corbyn.
Strikingly little love for Jeremy Corbyn, but a lot for Labour, and they know their demographic can be decisive.
There was 187 votes between the two top candidates, and that shows how important it is for students to vote. And we hadn't had that change for 100 years. So I think a lot of students sort of want to be part of that change.
It matters in university towns, but the idea of a surge in young people voting across the country, the so-called Youthquake, was probably overdone. This first line is turnout in 2015. The second line is the last election. It shows a small increase in young people voting, but young people generously includes those aged up to 40. To look at this from another angle, we took Professor Jane Green on one of Canterbury's famous punts. Jane is ITV's election analyst in charge of the 30,000-strong British election study.
So people thought there was a youthquake because many of the opinion polls around that time were showing that younger people were really excited about voting in the election. But when we looked at actual turnout, we found that the relationship between turnout and age hadn't changed in 2017 significantly, and younger voters were still less likely to vote at all, and older voters were still much more likely to vote. What had changed was that age predicts how you vote, which way you vote more strongly.
Including that younger voters mostly prefer Labour's tune. If it were down to students here, it feels like Labour would win. But the Lib Dems are also running, splitting the anti-Brexit vote, and Labour's Canterbury tale could end up being a very short story indeed. Alex Stratton, News at 10, Canterbury.